I have started the recording, and in yesterday's class what we did, okay, we did this. We opened our Eclipse, okay, like this. And Jay, did you get the time to go through the recordings? Okay, perfect. Okay, fine. So yesterday this is what we did. We saw how to go ahead and declare some variable. All right, Jay, no, not an issue. Okay, so yesterday this is what we have seen, okay, that we declared two variables, and we have seen what happens when you try to do this. Okay, that is what we did, guys. Okay, nothing more than this. Now, and all these programs we did yesterday, okay, all these programs, that whatever you're seeing right now, okay, we did these programs yesterday, guys. Okay, so, and we have just seen these integers. Okay, so what we normally discussed was, it's the same thing. Okay, you will declare say I'm creating one class, say declare string 1. Okay, so I'm just creating this class. Okay, and we have already discussed, okay, main method should be there to execute any class. Okay, and I have told you, I have not told you what is this public static void main anything, and I have not even told you what is this public here at the top. Okay, we will be discussing it later point of time, guys, but as of now understand, whatever code that you will write in between these two braces. Okay, and yesterday we declared some integers like int num or roll number equals to 22. Okay, like this is how we declared the integers. Okay, in the same way, string name is equal to j. Okay, this is what we have declared, guys. Okay, and we have also seen what happens, say for example sysout. Okay, what if I do name plus roll number? Okay, a roll number. If I do something like this, what will be the result of this? We have already seen what is the result of this is, it's a string, guys. String something, result equal to name plus roll number. This is what we have discussed, guys. Okay, and nothing more than this. And if at all you have a roll number and one more variable called roll number 1, and if you add these two, roll number plus roll number 1, okay, now this one will result into a integer int say sum. Okay, so what we discussed yesterday is very simple. How this plus operator works when there is one integer variable and one, say this is the plus operator. Okay, we have seen how it works when we use it for a string and an integer, and when you use it for integer and an integer. Okay, roll number and roll number 1 are the integers. Okay, so when you use this sum plus operator, it will give you addition of these two numbers. In the same way, if you use this in case of an string and an integer, it will work as a concatenation operator, guys. Okay, it will work as concatenation operator. That is what we have seen, guys, nothing more than this. Okay, all right, now there is one more very important thing called as boolean. okay, Boolean flag, okay, and it can have only two values, true, else I can have a value of false. Any, I cannot have any other value for this flag variable. That's what we have discussed, guys. Any doubt so far? Anyone? No? All right. No issues. Great. So this is what we have discussed. Okay. So if you have a variable called flag and it is of type Boolean, then you can either store true or false. Okay. Now this is the question for you guys. Okay. This is the question for you guys. I'll comment this line while writing. If I say Boolean where flag 1 is equal to false. If I do like this, if I uncomment this line number 14, will it give me any error? That's the question to all of you. No. If I uncomment this line, so will it give me any error? That's the question. Or it will not give me any compilation error. Am I saying yes? It will give an error. Jay and Shravani, what you guys think? Yeah, Shravani is saying also yes. Okay, that's because as Jay said, okay, when I uncomment this line, okay, it's giving me compilation error because when you put this false in the double quotes, it becomes a string and it will say it cannot convert from string to Boolean. That is what it says, guys. Okay, cannot convert from string to Boolean. I hope there is no doubt regarding this. Correct? Perfect. Okay, so you know how to declare a Boolean variable. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. Now here are a couple of things, guys. Okay, when we use Boolean variables, that's the thing. Okay, that's what we will understand now. Okay, before that, let me just put this. Sorry, not this. Yours is B27. Class 4. Today is the class 4 for you guys. Okay, now how to use these Boolean values? Okay, that is what we're gonna see. First program that we'll see is, let it be here. What we're gonna see is how to compare two numbers. Okay, compare two numbers. Okay, and I will say int num1 equal to 20, int num2 equal to 30. Okay, now I want to compare these two numbers. If both the numbers are equal, then I will gonna type numbers are equal. Okay, so you can use something called as Boolean flag. Some give some variable name. I normally, when it comes to Boolean values, my preferred name is flag. Okay, flag is num1 is equal to num2. Anyone having any doubt in this line number 8 what I have typed? Feel free guys, anyone having any doubt. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm comparing num1 with num2, okay, and it will either give you true or else it will give me false. Okay, it will give you true or false depending on whether the num1 and num2 are equal or not, and that result will be either true or false will be assigned to this variable called flag. Okay, that is what we are doing guys. This is how you will compare two numbers for equality. Okay, so comparing two numbers for equality. Okay, now I can say something like this: if flag is equal to true, then write SYSOUT numbers are equal, else write SYSOUT numbers are not equal guys. Any doubts in this particular thing guys? Okay, you are comparing these two numbers, it will give you either true or false. This result you are storing it in a variable called flag, and then you are checking if the flag is equal to true, then type this. If the flag is false, then go for this. That is what I am doing guys, nothing more than that. Anyone any doubt? So if I run this particular program, it will print numbers are not equal. Okay, and if I make both numbers are equal, for example if I make 30, then it will say numbers are equal. I hope there is no doubt about this, correct? Anyone having any doubt in this particular program, whatever you are seeing? Compare two numbers, you store result into this variable, and then compare this variable is equal to true, and then say system.out.println, or else you say this. Okay, you can say any of these two things. Okay, okay, but you know this is fine. Okay, this is fine guys. Okay, so let me just put it at the down. Okay, whatever you saw, that is perfectly fine, but most of the people, you will see the programs written like this: if num1 is equal to num2, then that's it, else else numbers are not equal. Okay, just consider what, just ignore this particular thing. Okay, for example, let me just remove it for a while. Say you have program till all this till here. Okay, only this much is your program. Okay, it's only this much is your program. If you run this, this also will give you the same result, but it is more of shortcut. Okay, if you don't understand this at this point of time, don't be worried guys. Okay, you can either use whatever I have typed here, or you can use this step-by-step way. Okay, any doubt guys, feel free to ask me. Any doubt? Hema. Okay, No? All right, perfect guys. Okay, so but you will see the programs written like this, whichever I have commented. Okay, but if at all you are a beginner, you can do it like this. Okay, there is no harm for a beginner to do like this. Okay, but ultimately you should understand this also. Okay, see it's like you are comparing number one is equal to number two. If it is true, it will be say true. If true, always it will be true here. Okay, so don't worry if you don't understand that, but this you should be able to understand. Okay, the second part, this is how you will compare two numbers. Okay, for equality. In the same way, you can do other things as well, not just equality. You might do some other things like this. Just a minute. Greater than. Okay, you can do like this as well. Okay, if num1 is greater than num2, then you can type num1 is greater than num2, else you can write num1 is less than num2. Okay, this is also fine guys. Okay, so it's up to you. Okay, what you want to write. Okay, and here what you will say, num1 is greater than num2. If it is true, then you would say num1 is greater than num2. Okay, this is also fine. Okay, you can use all these kinds of operator when it comes to the Boolean thing. Okay, these operators will give you the Boolean result. Okay, num1 is greater than num2. This is how you will compare two numbers. Okay, this is fine guys. Now comes the most important thing for you guys. Now say I have, okay, just a minute. Say I have string, I say name1 is equal to j, and string name2 equal to Hema. Okay, that is the thing guys. Now you want to compare these two things. Okay, name1 and name2. Name1 and name2 guys. In case of string, okay, and you want to print like this, say names are same, I'll write names are same, else I'll write names are not same. Okay, that is what I'll gonna write. If I execute this particular code, it says names are not equal. This is expected. And if I say Jai and again Jai, it will say names are same. But question is this: is the correct way to compare two strings? That's the question. Can we compare? Is this the correct way to compare two strings? And the answer is no. Whatever you're doing here, it's completely wrong, guys. But it is correct in case of numbers. Numbers, it's perfectly fine, whatever you're doing. But in case of strings, it is completely wrong. Why it is wrong? I will try to explain you now, but if you don't understand this, don't be worried, guys. Okay, we will be learning this in a concept called objects in Java and object quality. Okay, any one of you already know why this is wrong? I'm saying it's giving you correct result as of now. It's giving you the perfect result, but this one is not right. Okay, yes, go ahead. Jai is saying yes, he knows it. What is the reason, Jai? Yeah, there is something about the string constant pool. Okay, there is something about string constant pool, guys. Okay, now to understand yes, that's correct. So what Jai is telling is if we go with the assignment, it works. Okay, that's right. Okay, to understand this, first of all, you have to understand there are two kinds of variable. Two kinds of variables in Java. One is, sorry, variables. Variables are also called data type, correct? Variables are also called data types. Okay. And Shravani, whenever you get any call, no, you can definitely disconnect this call. Okay. So absolutely no issues. Because you are talking, if at all there is some urgent call and all, you can definitely attend that. Okay, no issues at all. And once you are done with that call, just please ping me. I'll connect you back. Okay, thank you. All right. Now, two kinds of variables or data types. Okay, variables are also called data types in Java. One is, this is too much important, guys. Primitive data type. The second one is derived data type. Okay, one is primitive data type, one is derived data type. Now you might say, what are primitive data types? Okay, primitive data types are those which are not classes, which are not the classes in Java. Okay, examples are int, float, boolean, character, double, short. So there might be two or three more. Okay, these are the primitive data type. You don't have in Java, there is no class called int class. There is no class called float class. What I mean to say, if you go to this Java system library, and if you go to some jar rt.jar, there are some packages. Okay, don't worry what are packages, and I will not be telling you about the packages right now. I'll tell you guys. Okay, when the time arises, I will definitely tell you what are the packages. Okay, say there is a class called AWT utilities. Okay, so but you know those are called, these are called primitive. If at all there is a class in Java like this, okay, or security warning, you can call those data type as derived data type. But if there is no such class, if there is no class called short, then it cannot be called as derived data type. Okay, so if I say string is a derived data type, guys. Okay, so why I say that? That's because if you go into Java, there is a class called string class. Okay, you see here there is a class called string class. Okay, and it is in which jar, guys? It is in which jar? Sorry, first of all, which package? Okay, the string class, whatever you are seeing down at the bottom, it is in which package? Okay, I have not told you what are packages, but understand packages are nothing but the folders, okay, in Java. Okay, so let me see, let me go up. Which folder? It is there in something called as java.lang folder. Okay, so in that Java, where is this java.lang? Java.lang is a package or the folder which is there in rt.jar, guys. rt.jar, there is a package called java.lang. In that java.lang you have something called as string class. Okay, now anything like this which is a class in Java, these are called primitive data, derived data type, guys. Okay, derived data types. Okay, anything which is class in Java are called derived data type, the one which comes along with all these languages. Okay, this int, float, boolean, char, double, short. Okay, all these things are all, you might have seen these things in C language as well. Okay, so these are called primitive data types. These are not part of any class in Java. Okay, but if there is an object which is part of the some class in Java, then it's a derived data types. Okay, string, there is something called as boolean, guys. Okay, now you might be asking, what is this boolean and what is this boolean? Okay, there is a class called boolean class in Java. Okay, this class, and that is called derived data type. And this boolean which comes along, which is like a, you know, what we used here. Okay, that is called primitive data type, guys. Okay, so anything which is a class in Java is nothing but the derived data type. Okay, so if I say boolean x, okay, I'll try to show you this boolean thing. If you see, there is a class called boolean class, which it is there in java.lang. Okay, and so there is a class, guys. Okay, so whatever there are classes in Java. Okay, but this is different. See, this boolean is different from this boolean, guys. Okay, that is what you have to understand. This first boolean is different from this boolean. So the first one is a derived boolean, this is a primitive boolean. Okay, so don't worry, we will be seeing what is primitive, what is derived when we go for objects. Okay, when we go for objects, but as of now understand there are some fixed number of primitive data types and there are infinite number of derived data types, guys. Okay, there are infinite number of derived data types. Okay, tomorrow you create a class saying, okay, your own class saying student. Okay, it is also a derived data type. Okay, so there is no limit on number of derived data types that you have in Java. Okay, you can create your own derived data types. Basically, if you create any class, it's nothing but it's a data type. Okay, that is how they treat it in Java. Okay, but these things, int, float, this boolean b capital, okay, I'm not saying b uppercase, b lowercase, these are called the primitive data types, okay. And when you compare primitive data types, you can use this particular thing. Name1 is equal to name2. But if you want to compare derived data type, you cannot use this equality operator, guys. When you compare derived data type, you cannot use this equality operator, okay. Now let me give you an example, guys, okay. Say, and this you might not understand at this point of time. I'm declaring correct, I say correct way to compare two strings. You might not understand this at this point of time because I have not taken something called as objects in Java, okay. But try, guys, okay. Whatever you understand here, just keep it with you, okay. Say, definitely I can say string country1, okay. Country1 is equal to India, okay. That's what I'm saying. This is one way of creating the country variable. I'm sorry, a string variable, okay, string object. The another way is, okay, this way you will all understand, okay. Another way is you can use the same thing. You can use the same thing, but instead of doing like this, you can say new of string. This is also perfectly fine. So there are two ways to declare a string variable. One is like this, and second one is like line number 19. And the line number 19 we will be discussing in more details in later point of time, guys, okay. We will be definitely be discussing, but as of now understand, you can declare it like this, okay, the same string variable, okay. And I'm declaring one more string variable, country2, and that is also India, okay. That is also India. So I have declared two string variables, and now I'll use the same thing probably. I'll say flag1, country1, country2, okay. Country1 and country2. Just a minute, guys. Now what you guys think, what will be the output now? See, if you see the thing, first it is Jai and Jai, okay. So you are comparing these two. It will first say names are same, that's what it will say. But second time also you are comparing those India and again India, two string, okay. Both should be the same, but it will go to names are not same, okay. So let's see, okay. Before that, I'll just print one line in between these two things, okay. Just for us to go ahead and see things clearly, okay. If I run this, okay, I have to say here flag1, right? Flag1, correct? Because flag means this flag it will compare with flag1, okay. Now I'll run it again, run as Java application. See, it says names are not equal, not same, or I'll say country names are not same. That is what it says, guys. See, if you print these two things, no, it will both give you the same thing, SYSOUT. If you really want to say, you want to print country 1 and country 2, it will both give you India and India. Country 2, okay. So if I run this, even though it is India and India exactly same, it is still telling me country names are not same. Now what is the reason, guys? What you guys think is the reason? Jay, can you tell me? Yeah, your answer so far it's correct. You told me yes, it will go to the false condition, and it will say country names are not same. But why? Yeah, it's about the memory location. That's what Jay is telling. Okay. Now there is a concept called as string constant pool. Okay. Let's see. Say this is what you have to understand, guys. I will tell you what is something. There is a concept called string constant pool, guys. Okay. Thing called as string constant pool. Okay. Now what happens? It will it's executes like this, correct? I mean every program it starts with the first line in the main method, then the second line, then the third line, then the fourth line. Like this it will keep on executing line by line. That's what it is. Okay. So when you say string name equals to J, okay, first time when you say like this, your JVM will check, is there any value called J already available in the string constant pool? The answer is no, it's not there. Okay, because just now we are executing everything string constant pool. It's just the memory address, guys. Okay, sorry, not the memory address. String constant pool is a kind of a memory which is allocated for this saving this string constants. Okay, the string variables or string objects. Okay, that's what you can imagine. First time it checks when it is executing this line number 5, it checks, is there anything called as J? It is not there, right? So let me create something called as J here. Okay, so it will do something like this. First time it will check, it doesn't find J, so it will create an object. It will create an object in the string constant pool named J. That's it, guys. That is all about it. Okay, fine. When you execute this line number 6 again, it will again check. Say you are executing line number 6. It will again check, is J already available in the string constant pool? Yes, this J is already available in the string constant pool, so it will not create one more time. Okay, it will not create one more time. So basically what is happening, say this particular object which is in string constant pool, say it is there in the memory address 3008. Okay, this is the memory address on the RAM where this object has been created. So how do you say that name1 variable is pointing to this object? How do you say that name1 variable is pointing to this object in Java? That's because of this reason. I'll tell you. Okay, this name1 variable, first when you execute this line, when you try to execute this line, name1 variable will be pointing to this particular object, guys. Name1 variable will be pointing to this particular object. How do we say that name1 variable is pointing to this object is because name1 variable will hold the memory address of this particular object. Okay, it will be like this in the thing 3001. That is how you say that name1 is pointing to this particular object. That is how we say that in Java. In the same way, when it encounters the second line, that is name2 equals to j, it will again do the same thing, guys. It will first check, is there anything called as j already available in string constant pool? Yes. So what it will do, it will not create one more object. It will not create one more object. Instead what it will do is it will create this name2 variable. Okay, it will create this name2 variable and assign a value of the same address location. This address will be assigned to this name2 variable as well. So it will do something like this. Here also it will do 3001, and that's how they will say that even name1 is pointing to this, even the name2 is pointing to this. Okay, any doubt so far, guys? Feel free. Anyone? No? That is how we say that name1 is pointing to this and name2 is pointing to this. But if you say on the third line, if you say string name3 is equal to new of string of j, when you declare a string variable like this, then what will happen is it will not gonna check whether this j is already available in the string constant pool or not. It will not gonna check, guys. It will check whether it is already available only when you do it using this assignment operator. And since it doesn't check, it will do only one thing. It will go ahead and create an object straight away. Okay, straight away create an object with value as j inside it. And since it's a different object, it will have some other memory location. Say 5008. This is the memory location. and this name3 variable will hold memory address of this third object 5008. That is how we say that name3 name3 is pointing to this particular object. Why? Name3 will have memory address of this particular object, guys. Okay. Now what happens? What happens if you compare, say, name1 is equal to name2? It is basically comparing these memory addresses. This address. So this is not 2001, guys. Sorry, it is also 3001. Correct? It is also name2 also 3001. Right? So when you say name1 is equal to name2, it's basically compare these two memory addresses, guys. And these two memory addresses are equal. It will just say that names are same. But if you compare similarly, if you compare it like this, name1 is equal to name3, okay, and say flag3, okay, flag3. Here what is happening, again you are comparing these two memory addresses. Name1 memory address is 3000 and name3 memory address is 5008. It will compare these two memory addresses. These two memory addresses are not same, so it will give you false. It will give you false. That is the reason you cannot go ahead and use equal to operator to compare strings. You cannot do this, guys. Understood, guys? So any doubt? When you use equal to, basically you are comparing the memory address of that particular object. Any doubts, anyone? Shravani or Jai? Yeah? Oh, unable to see my screen? Okay, I'm not sure because I saw many times, you got you are getting disconnected also from the thing. That is also I'm seeing. Maybe then. Yeah, go ahead. All right, guys. Just a minute. Okay. Uh, 1 minute, guys. All right. So what's gonna happen is now if you say Shravani is having some network issues, okay? Because yeah, okay, we'll see it. All right. So now if you say name1 is equal to name3, like what we are doing here, it's basically comparing this memory address with this one, guys, which are not equal. So it will give you names are not same. And Jay, any idea like how to go ahead and compare two strings? If I want to compare two strings, how to go ahead and compare? Equals method. That's right. So actually you want to compare two strings, there is something called as equals method, guys. Okay, equals method dot equals method. Okay, and I will not be teaching you about the equals method at this point of time, because for that I have to teach you methods first, and then I might need to teach you about the objects as well, and that's when I'll be able to teach you about the equals method. Okay, but at this point of time you have to understand you cannot compare two strings like using equal to operator, and it should be very clear to you guys that if at all you are using equals to operator, then you are basically comparing the memory address. You are not comparing the contents, actual contents. You are not comparing, you are just comparing the memory address, guys. Okay, any doubt, anyone? No doubt? If there is no doubt, okay, that's it for today, guys. Okay, I'm not planning to complete a lot of things today. Okay, so that's it for today, if there is no doubt. And we will be meeting next weekend, guys. Okay, and we will be seeing how to create methods in Java. Okay, creating the methods in Java, we will be seeing all the four quadrants, like all the four kinds of methods. Then we will proceed with method overloading, and then we will start with the objects. And only when I start with the objects, that is when you can say your actual Java starts there, guys. Okay, this is all the common. Okay, I already just briefed you about the objects. Okay, this okay, actually whatever we discussed here, derived data types, derived data types are nothing but the objects in Java. Okay, primitive data types are these data types, and primitive data types are very fixed. Okay, int, float, boolean, character, double, char, double, short, and there might be two more. Okay, I don't remember. Okay, that's it. But derived data type, any class you create or whatever class that is there in the Java, you can say everything is a derived data type. Okay, so that's it, guys. Okay, if there is no doubt, I'm done for today. Anyone, any doubt? Hema, any doubt, Hema? No? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Jay? No? All right. If there is no doubt, that's it. I'll be uploading this recording as well, and you will be able to see this recording by after about an hour or so. Okay, I have to first convert this recording, and I will upload this recording as well. Okay, that's it, guys. Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining the class. Bye bye. Yeah, have a great weekend, man. Bye bye.